Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Regarding the beautiful bed that Kody Brown created for himself and Robyn Brown following the conclusion of Season 19, Sister Wives star Janelle Brown had some very different opinions. This stems from the fact that Kody is more cruel than Janelle has ever witnessed. She doesn't believe that the loss of the 3 original spouses is the reason for this degree of meanness, as it formerly may have been. Rather, she seems to be making a justification for Kody. She puts her ex in rescue mode, which seems to fluff up the bed he built for himself today. By using his meanness as a diversion, Janelle thinks Kody is attempting to ease Robyn's load. And this might have contributed to his rawness when we last saw him on TV. Janelle provides a different perspective on how Robyn intensifies Kody's negative emotions. Sisters, Janelle Brown is honest about herself. Compared to the other spouses from the still existing Sister Wives marriage, Janelle Brown has long been the wife that fans view as keeping things real. Her admirers frequently call her the voice of reason. There was a time when Janelle's viewpoint was respected even by Kody Brown. But that was before his ego caused the family to fall apart. There isn't any drama or filler while talking about Kody, Robyn, Meri, Christine, and the other Sister Wives members when you're with Janelle. The fans pay attention when she claims that Kody's behavior has reached an all-time low. On the Sister Wives one-on-one episodes, Janelle explained everything to Sukanya Krishnan. She thinks that Kody Brown's terrible actions have a purpose. He has twisted history, made careless remarks, and made small jabs at the children. She believes it's all a part of Kody's ambitious plan to take the heat intended for Robyn. Does Janelle forgive Kody Brown? Sister Wives fans are baffled by Janelle Brown's latest interpretation of Kody Brown's terrible actions. Janelle almost seems to be offering this as a justification for Kody's cruel actions, or at the very least, it sounds like she views Kody's actions as a valiant attempt to protect Robyn. Robyn isn't exactly innocent, as Janelle informs Sukanya Krishnan in the one-on-one episodes. However, Kody has stepped in as Robyn's bulwark, trying to take in all of the criticism directed at her. Janelle even goes so far as to allege that Kody intentionally says hurtful things. She believes he does this in an attempt to shift the focus back to himself and away from Robyn. However, Janelle also makes sure to express her opinion. It's how she perceives Kody's life developing while he defends Robyn. Janelle witnesses Kody intensifying his worst conduct as he does this purportedly sick act for Robyn, even if it means Kody burns down every family member. Sister Wives, supporters are still not persuaded by Kody's actions. Is the patriarch of Sister Wives' sudden villainy, then, merely an ineffective attempt to save Robyn? Or is it simply one more episode in the endless story of Sister Wives? In any case, Kody's meanness is more apparent to fans than his attempt to defend Robyn. Speaking of narrative twists, why has Janelle chosen to support Kody's degrading actions out of the blue? The reason why Janelle appears to defend Kody is unclear to fans. For some, this is Janelle's way of justifying Kody's cruelty. In a roundabout sense, it appears that Janelle continues to hold Robyn accountable for Kody's transformation. She seems to be giving Kody a pass, though, because he believes he is playing Robyn's hero in shining armor by assuming responsibility for Robyn. Since his debut, Kody Brown has been the antagonist in the Sister Wives universe. Fans had predicted it, even though the OG 3 spouses ended up divorcing him in the most recent seasons. It was all due to Robyn Brown's prejudice against her. The impact on the other wives was evident to the audience. Many believe that his 4th and only wife pushes him to make many illogical choices, which also affects how much they spend. Robyn and Kody are both well known for their upscale collections, pricey accessories, and other possessions. In a recent video, viewers noticed yet another shift in the former polygamist, and it has now gone viral. They believe that even though Kody enjoys living a lavish lifestyle, he just did something really inexpensive. What was it? Why did the fans continue to harass him as a result? Sister Wives. Kody Brown and Robyn were able to obtain a $2 million mortgage due to their spending habits. In the past, Kody Brown's own kids have expressed their worries about his extravagant spending patterns. Gwendlyn, one of them, has expressed concern about it. particularly after he had to provide for 5 children after divorcing his 3 previous wives. Madison Brush, his daughter, then brought attention to his propensity to prioritize ostentatious goods and get-rich-quick schemes over long-term financial stability. The children contend that, as it manifests on their show Sister Wives, this pattern is inconsistent with the stability required to raise a huge brood. Kody and Robyn just bought a $2.1 million property in Arizona, which further increased their financial burden. It requires a down payment of $420,000 and is mortgaged at about $1.6 million. They now have a 30-year repayment term and monthly payments of almost $11,000. Thus, it will undoubtedly continue into their mid-70s. Both their fans and kids are wondering if it's responsible or realistic to take on such a large debt load. Sister Wives. Kody Brown shows off his new teeth, which leads fans to call him cheap. Kody Brown has always had an opulent and theatrical lifestyle. He has never held back from flaunting his money, whether it be by showing off his pricey artwork or bulky accessories. Fans of Sister Wives just learned about his most recent indulgence. The Mercedes-AMG convertible is svelte. Well, it simply strengthened his reputation for living a luxurious lifestyle. But in a recent video that went viral on Reddit, users discovered something strange. It came from Kody answering a Cameo fan. He only seemed to have 4 new teeth, most likely veneers. When he grinned on the video, it was very visible. Despite his ostentatious lifestyle, viewers couldn't understand why he would just improve a small portion of his smile. As it happens, the response on the internet has been brutal and amusing. Many Redditors started criticizing him for taking shortcuts on his dental work while flexing like a millionaire. That ride is not cheap, but his teeth are. One of them even joked. Over the years, Kody's reputation has suffered greatly, and this time is no exception. According to trolls, this instance encapsulated his priorities, style over substance. In a moment so unexpected that even longtime Sister Wives fans didn't know how to react, eye roll, scream, or rewatch it in disbelief. Viewers were left completely stunned when Janelle Brown, the independent, no-nonsense ex-wife who had made it crystal clear that her spiritual marriage to Kody Brown was over and that she valued her personal freedom above all else, was shown in a teaser quietly fluffing the pillows and straightening the comforter on what fans immediately recognized as Kody's bed. And if the scene wasn't shocking enough visually, it was made even more bewildering by her offhand comment, "Well, someone has to keep things from falling apart around here." A line that sparked instant chaos online, sending Reddit threads into meltdown mode, launching TikTok analysis videos, and giving fuel to conspiracy theories that the Sister Wives editors had long been preparing for Janelle's soft return to Kody's orbit. Was it symbolic? Was it a setup? Or worse, was it an actual attempt to rekindle the wreckage of a relationship viewers had already emotionally buried and grieved? The reaction was swift and divided. Some fans were devastated, calling Janelle a queen falling from her throne, while others believed it was all strategy, a calculated move to reclaim narrative power and keep the spotlight focused as the family's dynamic continues to evolve with dwindling numbers and rising tensions. But no matter which camp fans found themselves in, one thing was clear: Janelle's decision to engage in even a superficial act of caretaking toward Kody after everything she's endured, the dismissiveness, the emotional neglect, the favoritism, the pandemic fallout, the blatant disrespect for her boundaries, felt like a betrayal not just to herself, but to the audience who had rooted for her evolution. Was it a gesture of peace? A quiet olive branch? Or a crack in her newly claimed independence that Kody, ever opportunistic, could use to wedge himself back into her emotional space? Theories poured in like wildfire. One post claimed the scene was filmed out of sequence to create drama. Another speculated it was a passive-aggressive message to Robyn, showing that Janelle still had access to Kody's world if she wanted it. Yet another theory took it even further, suggesting that Janelle had been coerced or manipulated into appearing in the scene to preserve the show's structure, and that her statement about things falling apart wasn't about the bedroom at all, but a cryptic jab at the family's spiritual implosion and TLC's desperation to maintain ratings. And perhaps the most fascinating reaction of all came from Janelle's own children, particularly Gabriel and Garrison's friends, who reportedly were furious about the optics of their mother playing house, again with a man who had shown so little regard for their emotions or autonomy. Gabe himself even cryptically posted a meme on his private Instagram the same night the teaser dropped, a picture of a dumpster fire with the caption, "Guess we're pretending again." While he didn't tag the show or his parents, fans connected the dots instantly. As for Cody, true to form, he offered no humility or insight, only a smug grin in a confessional where he said, "See? Janelle still cares. She always has. Sometimes people just need time to cool off before realizing what's good for them." That statement, laced with self-importance and a complete absence of accountability, only added fuel to the fire, confirming what critics have said for years. Cody interprets even the smallest gestures as full-blown forgiveness, without ever actually earning it. But Janelle? Her motives remain a mystery. In a follow-up segment, she looked directly into the camera and said, "I never said I was coming back. I said I wanted peace. There's a difference." Still, actions speak louder than words, and the image of her smoothing Cody's comforter was louder than any apology or justification. Was she holding on to remnants of the past? Was she trying to keep the family from collapsing completely now that Mary's gone, Christine is remarried, and Robin is unraveling under the emotional weight of being Cody's last emotional support? Or, most intriguingly, was she setting the stage for her own power play, subtly inserting herself back into the narrative not as Cody's wife, but as the woman who can still navigate his world without being ruled by it? As fans debate whether she was manipulated, strategic, confused, or just being kind, one thing is certain: Janelle fluffing Cody's bed has become the most symbolic moment of season 19, because in a show built on loyalty, betrayal, faith, and the slow crumble of idealism, even the smallest acts become emotional earthquakes. And now, everyone's watching, not just to see if Janelle climbs back into that bed, but to see if she'll burn it down next. If the Sister Wives fandom thought Janelle's surprising moment of fluffing Cody's bed was an isolated act of nostalgia or practicality, Part 2 of this unfolding real-life drama proved it was so much more than just smoothing out sheets. It was the first domino in a spiral of shifting dynamics, wounded egos, and Robin's complete emotional unraveling. As the woman who once believed she'd won Cody's undivided loyalty watched helplessly while the ex-wife she feared the most walked back into Cody's narrative with nothing but a fluffed pillow and a half-smile, a power move that sent Cody spinning into emotional delusion and Robin into a private tailspin that cameras didn't catch, but insiders later leaked in whispers across fan forums. She didn't see it coming. Robin cried for hours off camera. It wasn't the bed. It was what the bed represented. Because for Robin, that bed was sacred ground, the last physical space where her position as the legal wife, the chosen one, felt tangible, and now Janelle had touched it, marked it, and disrupted the invisible border Robin had drawn around her fractured sense of security. Cody, meanwhile, was riding a high, falsely interpreting Janelle's small gesture as a total emotional reset, telling producers off-camera, "See? This is what I've always known. Janelle doesn't stay mad forever. She's coming around." But it wasn't love Cody was feeling. It was narcissistic vindication, and fans saw right through it. In fan groups and TikTok explainers, Janelle was simultaneously praised as a genius strategist and slammed as a woman backpedaling on her growth. "It's either checkmate or sabotage," one fan posted. "Either she's getting ready to flip the family script, or she just gave Cody everything he needs to gaslight her all over again." What came next only heightened the drama. Robin, visibly shaken in her confessional, finally broke her silence. With glassy eyes and a cracking voice, she said, "It's not that I don't want Janelle around. It's that I don't know who I am in this family anymore." That line hit like a bombshell. For the first time, Robin admitted out loud that her grip on the last remnants of Cody's love story was slipping. She wasn't competing with Christine anymore. She was competing with Janelle's quiet strength and spiritual authority, and she was losing. Because Janelle didn't need Cody to complete her identity. She didn't cry when things fell apart. She didn't beg for therapy or loyalty pledges. She just walked away and built peace. And now, her return to the narrative, even symbolically, was more threatening than Christine's exit ever was. TLC, sensing the tidal wave of drama, leaned into it hard, teasing scenes of Janelle and Cody sitting together, not romantically, but companionably, discussing unfinished business and family healing, while Robin stared silently from a distance. One leaked script note even hinted at a possible spiritual reconciliation if both hearts remain open. But was that TLC spin or something real? When Janelle was asked in her one-on-one segment what the bed scene meant, she shrugged and said, "It needed fixing. That's what I've always done. Fix what others won't." But fans didn't buy the simplicity of it. Not when that bed symbolized Cody's inflated ego, Robin's insecurity, and Janelle's impossible role as the fixer in a broken system. Was it just muscle memory, a woman falling back into her role without realizing it? Or was it a calculated reminder to Cody and Robin that Janelle still knew how to navigate this family better than anyone, and that she could step in or step out on her own terms? Either way, the message was loud and clear. Janelle was still a force. Robin, emotionally rattled, reportedly stopped filming for several days following the incident, claiming she felt ambushed and undermined, and fans immediately speculated that Robin feared a full-blown reconciliation between Cody and Janelle, not just romantically, but spiritually, a type of bond that Robin, for all her legal titles, could never fully understand or control. And Cody? He milked the moment for all it was worth, suddenly speaking in softer tones around Janelle, hinting at shared past joys, casually referencing old inside jokes in front of Robin, and even calling Janelle his true north in a private producer interview. But Janelle, sharp as ever, refused to commit to anything emotional, saying, "I'm not going backward. I just don't like chaos." And yet, chaos is exactly what followed. Mary, from her corner of peaceful detachment, posted a thinly veiled dig on Instagram. "The most dangerous love is the one you think you've outgrown, until you let it back in." Christine, now happily married to David, offered no comment, but her silence spoke volumes. Her entire life was a rebuke of the chaos Janelle was now toying with. But perhaps the most intense reaction came from fans themselves, many of whom saw themselves in Janelle, in the complexity of caring for someone who's hurt you, in the quiet urge to maintain order even when it's not your responsibility, and in the blurry line between forgiveness and regression. Some rooted for a possible Janelle-Cody reunion, claiming he was always best with her. Others begged her to run. And through it all, Cody beamed, not because he understood what Janelle was doing, but because he thought he'd won something back, unaware that Janelle's true move might not be reunion, but reclamation of space, of power, of narrative. She didn't fluff that bed for Cody. She did it to remind everyone, including herself, that she still held the ability to destabilize the entire family's fragile structure with one small gesture. And whether she walks away again or steps fully back into the fray, Janelle's message was clear. She's not done shaping the story, and no one, not even Cody, can write her off just yet. And when we last saw him on TV, this may have added to his rawness. Janelle offers an alternative viewpoint on how Robin exacerbates Cody's bad feelings. Sisters, Janelle Brown is self-reflective. Janelle Brown has long been seen by fans as the woman who keeps things genuine, in contrast to the other spouses from the still-existing sister-wives marriage. She is often referred to be the voice of reason by her supporters. At one point, even Cody Brown respected Janelle's point of view. But that was before the family disintegrated due to his ego. Talking about Cody, Robin, Mary, Christine, and the other sister wives cast members with Janelle is free of drama and filler. When she says that Cody's behavior has hit an all-time low, the fans listen. Janelle gave Sukanya Krishnan a detailed explanation of everything during the sister wives one-on-one segments. She believes there is a reason behind Cody Brown's horrible deeds. He has misrepresented the past, spoken irresponsible things, and made slights to the kids. She thinks it's all a part of Cody's grand scheme to absorb Robin's heat. Is Cody Brown forgiven by Janelle? Janelle Brown's most recent interpretation of Kody Brown's horrible deeds has Sister Wives fans perplexed. At the very least, it sounds that Janelle sees Kody's actions as a heroic attempt to protect Robyn, and she almost seems to be using this as an excuse for his nasty behavior. In the one-on-one sessions, Janelle tells Sukanya Krishnan that Robyn isn't quite innocent. But Kody has taken Robyn's place as her defender, attempting to absorb all of the vitriol aimed at her.